Hey everybody, welcome to the Scentatar Fragrance channel. You've come to the right place for fragrance news, fragrance reviews, and so much more. If you're new to my channel, a big welcome to you here. Thank you so much for dropping by. And if you find that you like my content, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get started. Let's not waste any time today. So today we're going to be talking about a great offering and a great fragrance from the house of Versace. First, real quick, we'll talk about the presentation, then the smell, then we'll talk about the projection longevity, then the compliment factor, and the price. All in that order. That's how I like to do it here at the Scentatar Fragrance channel. So first we have the box. It's a simple kind of box. It's silver, it's nice, it's kind of classy. I do like the Medusa logo from Versace. I really do think that their branding is very good. And that's what you get. You get the, the product code and the ingredients on the back. Nothing too fancy, but I do like it. And it's kind of the same way with the bottle. It is nice and classy, kind of has this chiseled, and it kind of protrudes more in the front. Looks kind of like a cut gem in a way, kind of like a diamond in a way. Really nice overall. I like how the cap snaps into place, real solid. I really do like when a cap does that. It's just a personal thing for me. And the atomizer, it's a really good atomizer overall. So overall, really good presentation for a designer fragrance. Solid, classy. So the fragrance, let's get to it. You're going to get kind of a hybrid fragrance here. I don't know if you could consider it a citrus fragrance. I think it leans a little bit more of an aquatic fragrance, but it definitely does have both going on. On the top, you're going to get some lemon and some bergamot, perhaps a little bit of grapefruit. Then the kind of aquatic vibe comes in. And it's really good overall, but it's not particularly salty. It's not particularly seaweedish or kind of that green vibe as well. Really not really an ambergris fragrance either, but perhaps you could get a little bit out of that. But this fragrance really isn't creamy in the dry down. In the dry down, you're gonna notice that this fragrance is not only crisp and very clean, but it's a soapy fragrance as well. So you get a little bit of citrus on the top. It's kind of an aquatic fragrance through and through, but it's definitely got this soapy kind of a, backbone to this fragrance. Not a lot of woods in the dry down. Really interesting. Not a lot of ambergris, but I'm sure it has a good bit of iso-y super. It's just a very fresh, clean, kind of soapy fragrance, especially as it dries down. So this fragrance overall is a really good fragrance. And what is so great about this fragrance, not only is the smell kind of, a little bit classy, definitely easy to please, business appropriate, everything that you would want for a dumb kind of reach fragrance, but it has performance behind it. Now this isn't a beast. You're probably going to get 6 hours longevity, but the projection is pretty solid overall. In the first 30 minutes or even an hour, this fragrance really has good projection. It really does. I was kind of shocked when I first, started wearing this fragrance and testing it before I bought this bottle, and I thought the projection was solid. So it does die down after the first 30 minutes or an hour, but still overall projection is good. Longevity is all right, and you wouldn't want a fragrance that really is louder than this in a professional situation, and even really a nice kind of casual situation. You really don't want a fragrance that performs more than this. And trust me, if you overspray in the first hour, you might just choke people out. So this fragrance is great. But let's talk about compliment factor. Overall, I have gotten really overall pretty good attention with this. It's not as a fun or perhaps a flirty fragrance as a lot of them. This fragrance does seem a little bit classy and clean. And it's definitely could be really good for a casual situation. But definitely is not as playful as like Invictus and Sauvage, other fragrances that you might be more used to. I feel like this is a little bit more of a grown-up aquatic. It's really stood the test of time really, really well. If you loved Acqua di Gio, but think that it perhaps is outdated, I think that this one smells a little bit better and performs a little bit better than modern versions of Acqua di Gio. So if I wanted to suggest an easy to buy, fragrance that's great for the price, I would really recommend this fragrance for somebody just getting into fragrances, or perhaps even as a gift. So let's talk about that, performance. Again, we've talked about it. Solid performance overall, 6 hours or perhaps even 7, and the projection is pretty good. But that kind of plays into that compliment factor, so people are going to be able to notice you. So that's always a good thing for the most part. So don't be afraid of this fragrance for the price and an aquatic. I know that's always a thing we worry about in the fragcom. Does it perform if it's an aquatic? Does it last? Are people going to be able to notice us? So this one is a top seller for very good reason, and it's very good to wear. But I do feel like if you're a younger guy, you might want to reach for Invictus. If you're, in your 20s or so, probably Sauvage. If you're a little bit more mature, especially if you're Italian, I think you're going to want to reach for Versace pour homme. Sometimes it's called Versace Signature. But so I guess we'll just jump to the price then. So this fragrance retails, about 80 or so, but this one is great at discounted prices. This one seems to be discounted a lot. You can get this fragrance for close to $40 for a full-size bottle. Of course, this is the large, the mega size, however you want to call it. I thought it was a 150 ml for a little while. This is a 200. So I really like this fragrance. And this is one of the fragrances I got in my early days. I really don't regret paying full retail, even though I could have saved a good amount of money. I really could have. But I feel like you can support, the designers if you believe in their fragrance, if you think that it's good overall. So if, especially if you don't want a designer to suffer, or if you want a fragrance to keep, going, with that fragrance that you like, sometimes you got to pony up. So I'm not ashamed of it. I love this fragrance. It's going to stick around with me. I wear it for occasions when, I'm going to be around professional people, but it's more of a casual situation. So let's say you're going on like a business meeting, a business interview. Let's say you're going to be kind of in a professional situation. Perhaps you're going to be meeting, family at an airport. All kinds of situations like that when you want to put your best foot forward, but still smell really appealing. Just easy breezy, but still a little bit classy. I think that this is definitely one of the best. So I hope I haven't gone on too long with this review and this fragrance. It is a solid fragrance and it stood the test of time. I definitely recommend it if you're just getting into aquatics, or if you want an aquatic that, it's just a solid fragrance overall that performs, it smells really good, and you can find it discounted like at places like Fragrance Net for a really good price. Definitely recommend this fragrance. That's really all I can say about it. If you want something that's more natural, Bergamot 22 is fantastic. Of course, there's Acqua di Parma's Blue Mediterranean line, has some excellent fragrances as well. I tried Rag & Bone Bergamot and felt like it was even more old school, but it was a little bit more natural. So there's some other Bergamot fragrances out there that you can get your hands on if you want to try them. But excellent fragrance overall. Definitely would recommend it. It's a solid fragrance, guys and gals. So let me know what you thought about this review. Let me know what aquatic fragrance do you like that you wear in your life. I would love to know what kind of aquatic fragrances you think are the best for the money as well. We're all looking for a deal. So thank you all for being here today. This has been the Scentatar Fragrance Channel. And don't forget to wear what you love, guys. I'll see you next time. And have a good one. Bye.